Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're talking about something that can affect anybody at this time, and that is stress. I know some people are totally stressed out about this whole coronavirus situation, but that is not the topic of this video. We're not talking about that. This is a no C word area, but we can talk about stress. So I know personally for me, a lot of my stress comes from being overwhelmed and having school projects or just a lot on my plate, which I usually do. And a lot of my anxiety stems from, I call it visual anxiety, and I know a few other people do too. And basically it's anxiety from the fact that you can't see. So being somebody who's legally blind, there's a lot of situations that make me super anxious because I just can't see what's happening. Like standing in line at McDonald's with my friends and I don't know what I want and I can't see the board and we're getting closer and closer to the cash register, and all of a sudden I start getting very anxious because it's something that I feel like I can do nothing about. It's almost like a powerlessness, or just not being able to see menus at restaurants and like little things. And obviously there's quick solutions, like without a magnifier on my phone or whatever. There's solutions, but that initial oh look, everybody else can do this but I can't, and then I have to do it differently. And sometimes just even in situations where there is no fix, oh, my entire family's, well, this is more disappointment, but my entire family's looking at a bird outside and I can't see it. That's a little bit more just disappointing. Now, like I said, there's always ways to deal with this. So my favorite way, or what I find the best way to help me cope with my stress and anxiety, is yoga and meditation. So I do yoga once minimum, sometimes 2, maybe even 3 times a week, because it's something that allows my entire body to relax and refocus, and it's a great tool to help with stress. As well, meditation. So I'm somebody who, I don't sit still, so I didn't think meditation would ever work for me, but it has been a saving grace, because at first it was really hard because I would sit there and I would be either fidgety or I couldn't focus my mind. But after a little while of doing it, you kind of realize that to sit still, because I'm constantly moving, to sit still and not think of anything for just 10-15 minutes was exactly what I needed in my busy life. So this was something that was so helpful for me. You just sit there. I have an app called Calm, and I have music that I can play, certain different sessions that I can do. I personally like the body scan, which is if you can't just think of nothing, because that's pretty hard. You start with the top of your head and you're thinking of your head, and then you move your way down and think of your shoulders, your arms, all the way down to your legs and toes, and you just focus on one individual piece at a time. And also breathing. Meditation, I didn't know that it would help me with this, but breathing in situations that make me anxious or stressed. So acknowledging, it helps me to acknowledge that I'm anxious or stressed, and then I can focus on breathing from there. My favorite one is to just breathe in, count 1, breathe out 2, and count to 10. And just to do that, it really slows your heart rate, it really helps you focus, and it actually helps reduce anxiety in the situation that's so anxious. Now, if you already know that yoga and meditation are not your thing, 2 others that I like to do are, first of all, listening to music. There is a type of music for every mood out there. If you just need something sad, or if you need something calm or just upbeat to just remind you that everything's going to be okay, music will always help you in that. And then walking. Walking is a great form of exercise that is super easy and you can literally do anywhere. You can walk to the end of your driveway and back during quarantine, walk up and down a hallway or anything. You can do that. And honestly, I use walking as a huge outlet for stress. If in the moment, I'm really worked up and I can't sit down to meditate and focus, I walk. And I can walk super fast and I feel like I'm getting it out, or I can walk slow to calm myself down. sometimes my walk almost turns into a sprint if I'm really worked up, but walking is a great one. As well, it's important to keep exercising and eating healthy. Self-care is so important, and quarantine, I tell you, it is a great time to start a self-care routine, because if you start one now while you know that you have the time to do it, it can help you want to make time later to do it. So by eating healthy now and getting into those good habits, it can like progress forward and you can continue it later. And things like adding exercise, daily exercise in your routine, even if it is going for a walk and then maybe a run one day or something like that. I personally hate running, not my thing. Also, through all of this, it's really important to have a positive attitude. As stereotypical as it says, it's like, oh, if you're positive, you'll reduce your stress. Like, no, but like, for real, if you're telling yourself that you can't do something, that's how it's gonna work. If you tell yourself that you can, you're more likely to actually be able to do it. So if you're telling yourself, I can't insert a self-care routine into my day, I just don't have time, I can't do it. Not true. Start saying, I can make time. And like positive attitudes that can really help. And then ways to prevent stress are things like routines, like have a routine each day, which has been so hard during quarantine, because I'm waking up at a different time every day. I have different things to do every day. I don't know what I'm gonna do every day. So really waking up at a scheduled time and then saying I'm gonna do this, this, and this today. Like even the day before, like planning ahead. So plan ahead, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Even if it's, okay, well there's still a 3-hour block that I have no clue what I'm gonna do, at least have like a few things where you're like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, because that can just make the stress even like less. And yeah. Also, to prevent stress, it can be helpful to write it out or talk it out. So you can talk it out with somebody if you're really having this problem that is like stressing you out and you just can't get over it. Talk it out with someone, or if you're not comfortable doing that, you can write it down. Or even just like making lists. I'm somebody who, I am huge on making lists. I am a planner, an organizer, and because if I don't, it stresses me out. If I don't plan what I'm gonna wear tomorrow, the day before, my morning is like horrible. I know that I will have a horrible morning. So if you're not a list person and you're like, I can't do lists, give it a try. Give it a try. Write down everything that you're gonna do in one day, everything that you're going to accomplish, or things that you need to do, and see how it goes for you, because I like planning ahead, lists, routines, they're all gonna help reduce that stress. Once again, I'd like to just stress how important self-care is, especially at this time, because I know we're all going a little crazy. But self-care is just that one thing that we all need a little bit of right now. So really make sure to take what I've said and like use them. Use these tactics, these tools. I know I'm somebody who's always stressed and always anxious. But I've found that at this quarantine, like I have been the most relaxed that I have been in a while, because I have time to do things that are in my self-care routine, and then I'm hoping to continue them outside of my house when we get back to reality, and to really embrace them, and because I know how important they are. And you know, we just out here, we don't want anybody to be stressed, okay? I don't want you guys to be stressed. Everything's gonna be fine. See, there's that positive attitude again. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this helped some of you, or maybe just reminded you. Maybe you already knew all this. Maybe you already did. But reminded you of things to do. I know right now I've got a daily list going. I'm like, I'm going to do this every day, and these are what I'm going to do tomorrow. This was on today's to-do list, and hopefully you guys, this helps you too. So, thanks for watching. Bye.